What would you do if you came across a luxury car worth hundreds of thousands completely ruined by floodwater? Most people would walk away instantly. Some would buy it just for parts. But Mat Armstrong saw something different. He saw a challenge, a story, and a massive risk that could either turn into one of his greatest rebuilds or his most expensive mistake. And what makes this even more interesting is that this wasn't just a random project. This car actually meant something personal to him, because this flood-damaged car wasn't meant for YouTube clout. It was meant to be saved. Before we get into how bad things really were, make sure you're subscribed if you enjoy deep car stories, rebuilds, and the kind of projects that make absolutely no sense on paper, because this one gets wild. Now let's rewind to the moment Mat first laid eyes on the car. At a glance, it still looked incredible. The body panels were straight. The paint still shined under the light. From the outside, you could almost convince yourself nothing was wrong. But the moment you get closer, the illusion disappears. The smell hits first. That damp, stale floodwater smell that never really goes away. Open the doors and you see it. Water lines inside the cabin, soaked carpets, residue hiding in places water should never reach. This wasn't rain damage. This car had been submerged. And flood damage is the kind of damage that scares even experienced mechanics. Not because everything breaks at once, but because things fail slowly, randomly, and expensively. Despite all of that, Mat still went through with the purchase. Because this wasn't just another rebuild. This car was meant to be a surprise for his dad. A dream car that had been written off by insurance, written off by logic, but not written off by Mat. From the very beginning, he knew this wouldn't be a simple job. So instead of doing what many YouTubers would do, jumping in, turning the key, hoping for a dramatic first start, he slowed everything down. And that decision probably saved the entire project. The first inspection revealed just how deep the problem went. The interior had to come out completely. Seats, carpets, trim panels, everything. Underneath, there was still moisture trapped in places no towel or vacuum could reach. Then came the electronics. Modern luxury cars are basically computers on wheels. Dozens of control modules, miles of wiring, sensors everywhere. And water doesn't just damage them, it slowly corrodes them from the inside out. One bad module can shut the entire car down. And on a car like this, replacing just one can cost thousands. But the biggest concern wasn't the interior, it was the engine. When the oil was drained, the nightmare became real. The oil wasn't oil anymore. It was milky, contaminated, mixed with water and metal particles. That's the kind of thing that makes mechanics stop talking and just stare. Because it usually means one thing: the engine is seized. And sure enough, once the engine was opened up, at least 2 pistons were completely stuck. Not turning, not moving, just locked in place. At that moment, the project could have ended. A replacement engine alone could cost more than the car was worth after repairs. And even if you fixed the engine, the electronics could still turn the whole thing into a never-ending fault code nightmare. This is where most people would cut their losses. But Mat didn't. Instead, he committed even harder. The engine came out completely and went onto a stand. Every single component was stripped, inspected, cleaned, and cataloged. Inside the workshop, it stopped feeling like a YouTube project and started feeling like a full-scale investigation. Every wiring loom was checked for corrosion. Every connector was cleaned and tested. Electronic modules were removed, dried, sealed in containers with silica gel, and left to recover, if recovery was even possible. Some parts were saved, some were beyond help, and slowly, the true cost of flood damage started to reveal itself, not just in money, but in time. This wasn't a bolt on new parts and drive away situation. This was weeks of work just to find out if the car even deserved to be saved. And that's something Mat does really well. We're showing the side of car builds that most people never think about. The boring hours, the uncertainty, the moments where you're not sure if you're building something incredible or digging yourself deeper into a hole. There were small wins along the way, modules that came back to life after cleaning, connections that tested healthy, systems that started communicating again. Each one felt like a step forward. But flood cars don't give you peace of mind easily. Because just when things start looking good, something unexpected shows up. Deep in the dashboard, buried behind layers of wiring and trim, Mat discovered a control module that didn't quite make sense. It looked clean, untouched by water, but when the part number was checked, it didn't match what the car was supposed to have from the factory. That raised a serious question. Had this car been worked on before the flood? Had parts already been replaced? Was there an earlier incident nobody knew about? Because if this car had a hidden past, then the flood damage might not be the only problem, and that changes everything. At that point, the story stopped being just about saving a flood-damaged car. It became about uncovering the truth. So instead of pushing forward blindly, Matt considered a controversial next move, taking the car to a specialist diagnostic facility. A place with factory-level tools capable of reading deep system data, electronic signatures, and configuration histories. Basically, interrogating the car. Because if the car itself was hiding secrets, they needed to come out before another pound was spent. And that's where the story pauses. Not with a triumphant first start, not with a finished build rolling onto the road, but with a question that splits opinions. Is this car worth saving at any cost? Or is there a point where passion turns into denial? Matt's next decision could either turn this into one of the most satisfying rescues he's ever done, or proof that some cars are broken in ways you can't see, fix, or justify. And that's exactly why people keep watching, because sometimes the most interesting part of a car story isn't the horsepower, the price, or the final reveal. It's the moment where someone has to decide whether to keep fighting or finally walk away.